connection and create a conscious shift in your life? Do you seek answers to the human experience? Well, welcome to Spiritually Speaking with Sarah. It's a 2-hour safe haven for your questions and Spirit's answers, and you can transform your life. Right now on WWNN in South Florida, Sarah Spiritual is a gifted spiritual advisor, coach, and medium who can assist you to connect the light within and transcend beyond the limits of all possible experience and knowledge. For the next 2 hours, listen and call in toll-free, 888-565-1470, 888-565-1470, and watch Sarah Spiritual live on Facebook and YouTube, and share love and light.
The world is changing now, and we don't know where to go. The world is different now, and people have lost their way. It's just not easy to be who we want to be, 'cause the world is changing now. We can't walk the way we did. We don't know the path. We have to listen to our heart. The ways that worked before, they don't work anymore. We have lost our love for everyone. We have hurt each other. The world is changing now. It's asking us to move along, to open up a different way of loving one another. We can't stay the same. We've lost the game of life. We can't run away anymore. The world is changing now. We need to heed the warning. The world is calling you to rise above where you've been. The world is changing now. What we did before doesn't work. It's time for you. It's time for me to change. The world is changing now. Won't you change and open your heart? Open your heart.
CMD with Sarah. Tonight is our night of gratitude, and we are tuning in and tapping into the power of gratitude for each one of you and opening the doors of possibilities, answering your questions right here on 888-565-1470. And we're tuning in for messages. So share the page, share the like if you're on Facebook or on YouTube. Let's spread the gratitude and the love. And we welcome your calls because tonight's the night that we have an opportunity to really talk about what we are grateful for. So when I say to you all, I am grateful, what's the first thing that comes to your mind? How can we tune into our gratitude? Well, we're going to tap into that. Gratitude is the energy of appreciation. Gratitude opens the doors of possibilities. Gratitude and thankfulness is the greatest power to utilize in manifestation. When we are grateful for what we have and who we are, then everything begins to flow beautifully. When we are in that energy of angst and dissatisfaction, things tend to get pushed back. Things tend to have bumps along the way. When we find ourselves caught in our negative talk and our complaining, it doesn't help anyone, and it most certainly hurts us. So how can we tune into gratitude? We have to drop down into this very special place inside, our heart. And we need to ask ourselves the question, what am I grateful for? And how can I line up in front of the things that bring me joy? And what can I appreciate that's around me? Maybe you don't love your job, but maybe you're grateful for the home that you're in and your job allows you to pay for that home. Maybe you want a new job, but you're not ready to make the change and something hasn't popped up yet. What do? Be grateful for where you are. When we say we want to leave a job or an experience in our life, maybe it's a relationship, maybe it's an experience in a business, and we say we want to go, we want to make a change, and we focus on what is so dissatisfactory to us, it is then that we find ourselves attracting more dissatisfactory things in our next experience and adventure. So how can you shift? How can you move the energy? Be in gratitude. Gratitude unlocks the key to your divinity. Let me say that to you again. Gratitude unlocks the key to your divinity. When you are grateful, you stand in the presence of God. When you are in dissatisfaction, we find that you are in this energy of the world and all the worldly expectations, and you're in your personal personality, what some refer to as the ego. So we've got the power. We've got the energy to make a shift. And tonight is always my favorite night to do a show as we're getting ready to embark upon time with family. Some of you are traveling. Maybe you're driving in your car to your destination right now. Others of you are taking out those old family recipes and pulling them out and looking at all the ingredients and beginning to bake and create with love. Do you make your stuffing the night before, your gravy? Do you get a start on it? Or do you just wake up early the next morning and begin prepping like a crazy person, making sure everything is ready? How do you handle this? Well, I know there's been so many different years that I've done it both ways. I've done a lot of prepping the night before and simply had to worry about a turkey and some stuffing and gravy. And then there's been times where I woke up at the crack of dawn and I got cooking. And it would take me quite a long time, but when people came in by around noon, I looked like I hadn't even broke a sweat. But Lord knows I was on a good cup of coffee to get all that done. So how do you handle your Thanksgiving, and how do you appreciate the food we have, knowing that there are so many who have gone without this year, and many of us have experienced financial struggles because the energy of finances has been diminished. We are not seeing it in its prosperity. We've been hearing so much about lack and instability in the financial markets that we've become fearful of our finances. So on this Thanksgiving Eve and on Thanksgiving and this whole weekend, be grateful. And every time money leaves your hand, know that the abundance is going to come right back. And you're never really going to be without. It's going to be a temporary release so that something great and wonderful can come back to you. It is a powerful time for all of us to tune into gratitude. I am grateful for all of you who have participated in this show for all these years. I was just realizing it's been 13 and a half years. This is our, I got to look at the numbers, but I know we're up there in shows. So it's been a crazy amount of shows in 13 and a half years. And this November, right around this time, marks the official 16th completed year of the Expedito Enlightenment Center. So 16 years ago now, this whole idea of assisting people and doing readings and making products was just being birthed. So what can you birth on this Thanksgiving Eve? Besides popping a turkey in the oven, what can you create? What can you collaborate with the universe and the energy of gratitude to create for yourself for 2023? Let 2023 be the year that sets your dreams free. Let it be the time that opens up your heart even more. We have a whole package that we'll be talking about later that is here and designed to assist you to return to love, because love is the only power that we should ever be attuned to. Love is the power that fuels everything for us. So we welcome your phone calls at 888-565-1470. We welcome your questions on Facebook. We ask that you share the page, share the love, share the like. And when we come back, we're going to get connected to all of you. We're going to answer as many calls as possible. So no matter where you are, pick up that phone, put us on speed dial. We're going to leave some phone lines ready and open for you. 888-565-1470. What are you grateful for? I want to hear from you. Stay with us, everyone. You're listening to Spiritually Speaking with Sarah right here on VCMG 96.9 and 95.3. Stay with us, everyone. We'll be right back.
Know me, do I know you? Have we met before? I've been standing in the room before I walk through the door. Do you know me? Have you heard me? Have you seen me? Do you know my voice? Did you call me with a song?
Stay tuned for more Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, coming up right after the break. Continue the conversation with Sarah Spiritual on Facebook and YouTube. The phone lines are open too. 888-565-1470. That's toll free. 888-565-1470. Sarah Spiritual is a gifted spiritual advisor and medium. She can connect you with your loved ones, your spirit guides, and ascended beings. Sarah specializes in love, relationships, money, career, health, and healing. She has an uncanny ability to convey the true thoughts and emotions of those around you. Just call 561-682-0956 for your personal reading. Life is a spiritual journey, and each situation has a spiritual solution. Just contact Sarah for a personal reading today. 561-682-0956. 561-682-0956. Or visit sarahspiritual.com. Or that number one more time, 561-682-0956. Let Sarah Spiritual and Spirit raise you up.
We've got a feeling you'll want to listen to Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, Wednesday nights from 6 to 8 p.m. for insightful, intuitive messages. Sarah Spiritual is a spiritual advisor and transformational coach who will assist you. Join Sarah Spiritual for a powerful 2 hours of life's questions and Spirit's answers. I've got a feeling you'll love Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, 6 to 8 p.m. Wednesday. Got the feeling? Just call 565-1470.
You're listening to Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, your spiritual advisor and medium. Connect with Sarah Spiritual and be in the energy of light. Call right now, Sarah Spiritual at 888-565-1470. Toll free, 888-565-1470. Just ask your questions or message Sarah Spiritual live on Facebook and YouTube.
Did you call me with your soul? Because you know that you know me. Every soul has its story.
Yes, indeed. Every soul's got a story. What's your story? Well, we are tuning in to your story tonight, 888-565-1470, and answering your questions, tuning in, tapping into the angels, the guides. And of course, I want to know, what are you grateful for? What is really opening up the doors of transformation for you? And how can we assist you on this journey? 2023 is just, well, barely a month, 6 weeks away. We are almost there. So how are we going to create the most awesome exit of 2022 into 2023? And oh Lord, how can we forget the past 2 years? Well, we're going to do our best. We're going to tune in. We're grateful to be here tuning into all of you. I'm grateful for 659 live shows. They had to look it up for me. I was like, I don't know. It's somewhere up there. I didn't want to say the wrong number. So I get this like, it's 659 live shows. Yes, 659 with all of you. So grateful. And you heard it last week. We're going to tell you, we've got some change coming. We've got a little shuffle we're going to do. Starting in December 7th, drum roll, please. We're going to be making some changes. Oh, you're going to like them. Don't worry. We are going to be adding a half hour. We're going to be changing our time from 6 to 6:30. That doesn't start next week. It starts the following week. So we're going to be on with you, all of you, from 6:30 to 9 p.m., and we're adding more stations. So we're going to be really heard all across Florida, tuning into all of you, and we are expanding the reach because each one can touch one and spread the love and spread the gratitude and spread the joy and help each other on this journey of, well, transformation, because the world's changing. As you heard in my song, the world is changing now. And so we've got to all listen to our heart. And I'm tuning into my heart and my guides. And based on that, I've got to go to Oregon. I've got Terry on the line. Terry, how are you? Hey, Terry, how are you?
I have not heard from my twin sister in about 6 months.
My
Can't
goodness.
get a hold of her. She lives in California. Do you feel anything, or is she okay? Or I'm just really worried. I can't get a hold of her.
Okay. And is the number working?
No, her phone number doesn't work, and I've called her, was her advocate, and they won't call me back, or they won't give me any information.
Okay. So what is your sister's first name, please, Terry?
It's Tammy.
And when is Tammy's birthday?
7/24/69.
Your sister's birthday.
Yeah, we're twins. Sorry.
Okay. Yes, thank you. Got it.
Sorry.
That's right. There we go. Okay. Let me see here. Bear with me.
Okay.
Okay, so here's where we're going with this.
Okay.
She's under some kind of treatment program or something, please?
Yes.
Okay. And is it like almost like a house where she stays with different people who are in the program?
Yes.
Okay. And is she on a lot of medication? Because I feel like there's a lot of medicine that she has to take. Is that something that she's doing?
Yes.
Okay.
For her mental disorder.
Okay. Yes. So I do see her all right. I just feel that she's in one of those moments where they're talking to me. I'm not a doctor, can't diagnose, but it's a
Right.
little bit more of a psychotic time right now for her. Does that make sense? Does she have a
Yes.
schizophrenia,
does.
please? I'm not a doctor,
Yes,
but
she does. Yes, she does.
okay.
Yes,
So
she does.
so it's one of those times where she's really not in all her faculties, and even though the medicine may be keeping it somewhat balanced, it's not balanced enough for her to communicate. And
Oh, okay.
they will not give you any information on her. That seems strange to me.
No, not at all. They won't. Because I'm out of state, so they don't know who it is calling about her,
Okay, I understand. I understand.
Yeah.
So is there a
Yeah.
way that you can send some type of certified letter with ID photocopied in it so that they can send a response?
That's a good idea. I will do that.
Yeah,
I will
I
do
think
that.
if
I've
you
just been
prove
really
who you
worried.
are and you send them that information, you should be able to get further information as far as what's going on, okay? If something
Okay.
tragic happens, first of all, they're responsible for her, but if something tragic happened, they would have to notify you all, okay? So
That's correct.
that's why I feel
Okay.
it's one of those psychotic moments that has come upon her and she's not quite in her best state, okay?
Okay. Then I have one more question.
Yes.
So on my situation. I'm finally getting out of here. I just want
Correct.
to know if my friend and I, with our animals, are going to be okay on our journey.
And you're going to 2 states over? Where are we going?
Well, I just got a job. I'm not sure how that's going to go, but it's a lot of money an hour, and it's about 45 minutes away from here.
Is it
where
in
I
the
live?
is it the same state or?
Yes. the
Okay.
same- Excuse me. I'm sorry. The same
That's
state.
fine.
Sorry.
All right. And weren't you considering moving out of state though to another state?
Yes.
2 states over or something? I don't know. I don't know what 2 states.
Yeah. Come on, Washington. Yes.
No, okay. See, I don't know. I didn't. They just like 2 states over. I'm like, I don't even
I
know
know.
what's 2 states over. I'm not in front of my map, but all right.
Right.
So, good Lord.
You're so funny. Okay.
When I see, some days, I'm like, all right, my
know.
teacher's up in heaven going, oh, good Lord, she doesn't even remember geography anymore. What are we going to do with the woman? So it's great that you have a new opportunity that's far enough from where you are, but yet you don't have to totally uproot everything. And you're staying with someone, yes?
Yes, I've met this. She's like my best friend. She's a godsend. She's an angel.
Yes, and so I feel like the journey, the transition for 45 minutes, you all will, this is a crazy word they're giving me, but escape with ease and grace, okay? So I don't see any problem. I don't see anyone
Okay.
following you. I don't see any of that.
Oh, thank you so much, Sarah. Thank you.
All right.
I've been very, very worried about that.
All right.
Thank you
put the
so
you're
much.
welcome. Put the angels around you, Archangel Michael, to seal off your vehicle, you and all the pets, and everything in the
Okay.
car that you can fit, and off you go. And
Okay.
what are you grateful for? Please share with everyone. What are you, Terry, grateful for on this
I'm
Thanksgiving
grateful.
Eve?
I am grateful for that I had such wonderful grandparents raising me unconditionally.
Beautiful.
Love.
Beautiful.
Yes.
Well, thank you so much, Terry, for sharing
Thank
that with
you.
us. And there's nothing like a grandparent's love. God bless you,
That's
honey,
right.
on this Thanksgiving Eve.
Okay.
And keep us posted. Bye for
I
now.
will. And God bless. Thank you so much,
Thank you.
Sarah.
You're welcome.
Happy Thanksgiving.
You too.
Bye.
Bye for now.
Bye.
888-565-1470. And we are going to go back to our phone lines. And I've got Jana in Texas. Miss Jana in Texas, how are you doing?
Hey, Sarah, how are you, sweetie? Happy holidays
Happy
to
holidays.
you and everybody that puts on this show. Thank you all for just running a superb piece of artwork is what I think that you run.
Thank you very much. We kind of like to feel like it's a little Broadway show because, you can take the girl out of the show, but you can't take the showgirl out of the girl, right? So that little showgirl means it's got to have lights, camera, action. We got to feel like we're doing something, right? So,
Absolutely.
Miss Jana, what is your question for us tonight?
Okay. Man, I know you're so upbeat tonight, and I even hate to pull this one out. But yesterday I woke up to my mother going
Oh, dear.
around in circles saying, I don't know, I don't know, I don't know. Called the ambulance immediately. They picked her up.
Right.
Um,
When is
I
Mom's
didn't,
birthday, Jana?
4/10/1934.
Okay. Okay.
4/10/1934.
Yeah.
And she is an Aries.
Oh, she is, and always has been. Good Lord, yes.
Oh,
But she raised you as very strong stock, Miss Jana. So again, I'm not a doctor, cannot diagnose, but when I look at her energy and I feel, I really feel like there was something that went out of balance, something dropped in her system. I don't know if it was an oxygen level, a sugar level, a something. What did the doctor say?
They just couldn't understand what happened. Whatever happened, it must have happened while she was sleeping.
Yeah.
She's alert, but then when she started to piece a couple of words together, I find out now that, we all thought that she was understanding all of us, when in fact the physical therapist says, no, she might not even know what she's talking about right now.
Okay.
So she's not,
Did they test her? Did they test her for a stroke?
Oh, they saw it. It was a big one, and it hit. There's nothing they can do except they're monitoring every 4 hours. They go in there and do a reassessment of stroke floor, and that's all they do. They go in there every 4 hours and do a reassessment.
Yeah, I just felt like some level dropped or something shifted. And so you're gonna give her all the energy and the healing from Archangel Raphael. We're going to send the angels around her to seal her and to protect her. We're going to trust that she is in alignment with God's plan. And this year is God's will be done. And I see here that even since 2020, her health has been, she's a tough bird, I got to tell you. But her energy has been fading off and on in these past 2 years. And I feel like 2019 actually began the slide down. And so here we are. So we ask that she is in this energy of love and light. The angels are with her, Jana, and that she has whatever is meant to happen for her in a way of healing, or if it's her time, it's her transition. That is not decided. I do not see that yet. So we want to give her all the prayer to have the power to heal, because she's in a strong power year in her soul. So she may not really want to fall victim to this experience. And if that's the case, your mom's a fighter, right?
Oh, yeah. It's just that I'm in the house by myself. I don't know anybody up here. I'm not from Waco. My brother and them, they've got a full family. They offered to bring me over a turkey plate dinner, and they're going to bring one to Mom, because that's her son, and
right.
We're half and half.
Okay.
But
well,
where do I go from here? Because I talked to my ex-husband, and I don't know if that would be a wise choice to go back to him, but that's a place I can go back to because he would allow it.
Right. Well, let me tell you where you are on the journey, okay? So here's the journey for you. You are in this place of stepping into aligning yourself in a place of some balance. And you're going to have your life in better order and balance. And sometimes we have to take a step back so that we can put the weight on our back leg so we can leap forward. So if we take a step back and it can be amicable, then we take that step back if necessary so that we can leap forward and reinvent ourselves. I realize that a lot of your time and dedication has been devoted to being there for your mom. I know that you yourself have gone through tremendous health challenges. And so the two of you were two peas in a pod, and we never knew what was popping in the pod on any given day. But
Well,
what
it's funny, but my mom has been a strong energy
yes,
all her life. I mean, she worked up into her 70s.
exactly, exactly.
So, I mean, she has not been sickly like I have throughout.
I know, but the past few years she's been fading, okay? And since 2019,
yeah.
that's what I see. So when I look at this, honey, I say to you this: one thing at a time. Be still and know that God is with you. And as things unfold, then you make your plans, and make your plans with the sense of peace, knowing that everything works out for you. And that's your mantra. Everything's always working out for me. Okay?
So it's all in divine balance.
Yes.
And in perfect world. I mean,
it is. And this is actually a time, the beginning of this 2023 until your birthday, is a time where you, on a soul, seek balance. You seek on a soul level balance in the human experience. And so the universe is going to do everything to put you in balance. And I'm hearing the song in my head, rock the boat, baby, don't tip it over. So I'm hearing, we're not going to tip over, honey. It's time for you to move forward, all right? And even though the boat is a-rocking, you're not flipping in, and you're going to be fine. Miss Jana, before I let you go tonight, please tell me, what are you grateful for tonight?
Well, I'm grateful for you and the people that put on your show.
Thank you.
I'm grateful that I have the time I have with my mother, and I'm grateful for everything that I've been fortunate to have, whether it be good or bad, because it's all a learning experience.
It has been.
It's something that I needed to transition. So if it wasn't for some of the bad, I wouldn't have seen the light of the Christ, you know?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
It seems like.
Yeah.
So, I have to get it different instead of to be an observer and not to be in a judgment call, not to be
Absolutely.
judgmental.
You don't want to be reactive. Exactly.
Yeah. Just want to sit and observe, because who am I to judge anybody?
Absolutely. All right, Miss Jana, I appreciate you. Thank you so much for calling. We send the angels with your mom, and keep us posted, okay?
Oh, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
And again, happy holidays to you
Happy
and your
holidays.
staff.
Thank you.
Much
We
love.
appreciate
Bye.
it. Bye. Bye for now.
Bye-bye.
Bye. 888-565-1470. And, of course, send the angels over to Jana's mom. We know that they will work with her, and it will be a perfect time for her to have some healing. We're going to take a minute to hear from our sponsors, and then when we come back, we're going to come back for more questions. 888-565-1470. It's Thanksgiving Eve, 13 and a half years. My goodness, this is my 13th Thanksgiving with all of you. I can't imagine a better group to hang with the night before Turkey Day. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Before I walk through the door, do you know me? Have you heard me? Have you seen me? Do you know my voice?
Stay tuned for more Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, coming up right after the break. Continue the conversation with Sarah Spiritual on Facebook and YouTube. The phone lines are open too. 888-565-1470. That's toll free. 888-565-1470.
Hi, I'm Sarah Spiritual, the founder of the Expedito Enlightenment Center. I would love for you to visit me at my spiritual oasis located at 4047 Okeechobee Boulevard in the Tree of Life Plaza in West Palm Beach. Come, feel the energy, sample my spiritual sprays and oils, participate in one of my spiritual development classes, and have a personal reading with me, Sarah Spiritual. Let's see what Spirit has to say. You can call the Expedito Enlightenment Center at 561-682-0955. Not local? Visit me, Sarah Spiritual, at sarahspiritual.com for products, classes, and to book your personal session.
Sarah Spiritual is a gifted spiritual advisor and medium. She can connect you with your loved ones, your spirit guides, and ascended beings. Sarah specializes in love, relationships, money, career, health, and healing. She has an uncanny ability to convey the true thoughts and emotions of those around you. Just call 561-682-0956 for your personal reading. Life is a spiritual journey, and each situation has a spiritual solution. Just contact Sarah for a personal reading today. 561-682-0956. 561-682-0956. Or visit sarahspiritual.com. Or that number one more time, 561-682-0956. Let Sarah Spiritual and Spirit raise you up. You're listening to Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, your spiritual advisor and medium. Connect with Sarah Spiritual and be in the energy of light. Call right now, Sarah Spiritual at 888-565-1470. Toll free, 888-565-1470. Just ask your questions or message Sarah Spiritual live on Facebook and YouTube.
Have you heard me? Have you seen me? Do you know my voice? I am Sarah Spiritual, and we are spiritually speaking with all of you all across the nation at 888-565-1470. And I've got to go to Pennsylvania. I've got Joy on the line. Joy, how are you?
Hi. Could be better, but I'm hanging in.
All right, Joy. Well, let's hear the question. Let's see how we can shed a little light on things and get them doing better.
All right. So this year has been really, really tough mentally, emotionally, physically, just in so many different ways. It feels like it's one thing after another. Not even just a feeling. It's just literally one thing after another. And today my car started acting funny, and I drove it right to the shop. And the guy that now owns the shop, I don't know if I can really trust his judgment, but
what did he say? Not that I'm a mechanic, but I'm pretty good at knowing what's wrong with a car intuitively. So what's going on?
He says that my transmission is done, that I'm looking at either getting a new one put in for $4,000 or getting a new car. I am not financially stable for either of those things. I'm still in a tough position with housing, trying to figure out resources and place to move to. I mean, that's what I mean by one thing after another. It's like quicksand, and I'm trying to get a leg out, and I just...
Absolutely.
So, I feel like I can't.
I understand. So let me just ask you, what year car is it?
It's a 2016.
And what type of car?
A Hyundai Sonata.
That makes no sense to me. That makes no sense to me. You need to get another opinion.
Yeah, I mean, it's got stuck in third gear. which is I'm reading. There's other reasons why that could be happening.
Correct.
So I'm like, why would you put
I
it
don't
as that?
I don't get a good feeling. You need to go to another person.
Yeah, he did refer me to another person, but it's not even just the car. It's just
Everything. I understand.
everything.
I know.
So I'm just wondering, like, what you're seeing in the next few months as far as, like, things
So-
picking up. I have a 20-year high school reunion coming this Saturday that I'm looking forward to, but also, like, nervous about, and it's just...
No, don't be nervous. You don't be nervous. We are just taking a step back into the past to just connect with people. It's connecting, okay? Souls connecting. You'll connect with the people you're meant to connect with. And when I look at this energy for you, when I move you into your birthday, it's actually putting you in a really good place because your birthday represents this opportunity for you to be in this really out of the box, breaking the routine, stop feeling stuck kind of feeling. And this energy that you're working with now is all about cleaning out the old and putting your life in order. And I'm truly sorry that it feels like a roller coaster. And I know that there've been loss in so many levels in so many ways that it's difficult. And your life mate, your soulmate, is with you on the other side. So know that you're always connected. But there is a new beginning and there is a second half of life for you in the physical.
Yeah.
And that you're not as alone as you think you are. There's a song that Spirit gave me quite a while ago, and it said, don't you cry. And I really feel that since his passing, everything has been just spiraling down for you because you haven't been able to kind of bounce back. And you two were so connected in so many ways and finally found your way to each other that it's hard to imagine what we do from here. But the housing thing will resolve itself in the next 6 weeks. Things will be in better order for you, okay?
Okay.
And the car, I don't get a good feeling. Like the minute you started to talk, I was like, oh no, he's full of bananas. Like that was the first thing I thought of in my head. I'm like, oh no, that doesn't. Before you even said what year your car was, I'm like, I don't feel that at all. Now, could be something, obviously, but I really feel that it's something kind of minor. I don't feel like it has to be that. So I want you to...
It's just the finances. Like, I'm barely even finding jobs right now to keep afloat. And then to get hit with this, I wasn't expecting. I'm just like, I don't know what I'm going to do without my car. That's everything to me right now.
I understand. A car and a roof over our head are pretty important, right? Because with those two things, we can try to recreate ourselves, yes. And are we looking for a full-time job as well, please?
I'm kind of stuck in that realm because I feel lost, Sarah.
I understand.
I've had horrible experiences with job managers specifically up to this point, so I've kind of like I don't know how to explain it. It's like I know there's work out there, but trying to figure out childcare and what's going to be best for me, and right now I'm utilizing benefits. Like I don't know which way to turn, so I'm just kind of stuck.
Well, here's the best way to solve something like that. One of my mentors, who was Mary Kay Ash when I was in Mary Kay Cosmetics for 10 years, she used to have this statement she'd make: you can eat an elephant a bite at a time. Not that I would want to eat an elephant, but we have to kind of dissect this, and piece by piece, you need to make a list of what the ideal day would be like for you and what is necessary to make it flow. Right? We're going to trust the car and the housing take care of themselves. But then how do we perpetuate everything that we have coming into play? Yeah. And this is where we need things to fall in order, but we need to have an idea of what would be best for us. And you don't have that because you're coming from a place of fear, lack, and confusion, none of
Yes.
which is connected to God at all. When we're in fear, we're removed from God. When we're in lack, we're not in the flow of the currency, right?
Yeah.
Confusion, God is not the author of confusion. So all of these things cause us to be separate from the divine connection and all the answers that are all our resources.
Yeah. Like I
Okay.
get signs, and actually my partner, Past Dave, just gave me a sign today. He's playing with the lights. I'm pretty sure that's him. I don't really know exactly what he's saying, but I think he was just kind of trying to tell me to not
Yeah,
fret
he's with
and
you.
trust the
Exactly.
process.
And that's what I said to you earlier. He's with you. He's your soulmate. And your souls are still connected, whether he's physically living or not.
It's
So
hard to believe he was my soulmate with how things went
I
between us.
understand. Well, soulmates are not always easy deals, okay?
Yeah.
Just because it's a soulmate doesn't mean it's a cakewalk.
Yeah.
I will tell you this, that by your birthday, things are going to feel a lot better for you and things will be on track. So I want you to make a list of how you'd like things to work out, what is necessary for childcare, what are the hours you have to work, what are things you're good at. You need to just really focus on what you can do in the physical to create. Okay?
Yeah.
And then everything will come. So,
was
Joy,
even
I know
looking at
you're
remote
in.
jobs, but I don't know if that's, I've never done that. I don't know if that's something that would work for me. But I
Say,
have applied, just didn't get a reply.
and what job was that? I didn't hear that part. What job?
It was a remote job, so like a stay-at-home job.
Okay. Those can be useful in times like this.
Yeah.
Joy, it is going to turn around. All right. You want to trust this experience as a time to clear out all the old cobwebs. And don't cry. Don't cry.
Trying.
I understand. But don't cry because he doesn't want you to cry.
He hated it.
I know that.
He's crying.
And he didn't want you to cry. And he doesn't want you to cry. And that's why I'm reminded of the song Spirit gave me. And this is how it goes. Don't you cry. Don't you hide. You've got to live your life even though you don't see me. I'm right here. All right? He's right there with you.
Yeah.
Okay. Joy, I know it's a tough time for you, but we are on Thanksgiving Eve, so how do we turn anything around? We focus on the gratitude. So, Eve, what are you grateful for, Joy, on this eve of Thanksgiving?
I'm grateful for the love of family and friends, support that I've been given thus far, for you, for just everyone that has given me guidance or even just gave me a hug in the last year.
Okay.
And for my daughter. She's everything to me.
Okay. So it sounds like you've had just enough support to make it through. So don't think that the support is going to waver in your time when you're really ready to break free and create a new beginning for yourself. Joy, we send you much love, and we thank you for your call.
Thank you. Have
You're
a great
welcome.
Thanksgiving.
God bless you. You too. Bye for now.
Bye-bye.
888-565-1470, continuing to answer questions right here on Spiritually Speaking with Sarah. But we've got some things to tell you about. We've got our New Year's collection coming up. We've got our New Year's forecast. If you'd like to know what 2023 holds in store for you, then you want to go to sarahspiritual.com or expeditoenlightenmentcenter.com and check out our forecast. It's everything you need to know about 2023, and that forecast is on sale now. And we also have our New Year's kit. We've got a picture of all the goodies that are in the New Year's kit, and that is available on Sarah Spiritual and Expedito websites. Go to sarahspiritual.com to learn more about our fabulous New Year's kit. It is our #1 selling product. This fabulous kit includes mist and oil. It includes a spiritual bath. It includes a CD. It includes a prayer petition. It also includes this beautiful crystal angel that is a rose quartz angel, and we include that in the package. And the CD has some of our favorite songs from the show that I created with Spirit, and also has some meditations and messages to take you through 2023. So we sure hope that you visit sarahspiritual.com and learn more about our fabulous New Year's kit. We'll see if they can put the picture of the kit up on our Facebook screen for all of us and our YouTube screen. And we really want you to delve into this new year with all that you need to set you free in 2023. And it is truly a year to return to love. That is what we have called this fabulous kit, Return to Love, because I think we all need a little more love in our hearts and with each other, and kindness and gratitude. And this is what makes everything begin to shift and change in the world. And in the closing half hour, we're going to be talking to my friend Stacey Holler, our resident astrologer, but not about astrology tonight. She's going to call in and talk about gratitude and what gratitude represents and means to her. So you be sure to stay with us through this entire show till 8 p.m. And don't forget, soon, and then 2 weeks from now, we're going to be going till 9 p.m. You ask for more calls, more opportunities connect, then we are going to give them to you right here on VCMG, on Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, on 96.9, 95.3, and wait to hear all the other stations we're going to be broadcasting on. We are so excited to be with all of you. We're going to pull a question from Facebook or YouTube before we take our commercial break and then come back to our phone line. So let's see, we've got a Facebook question, and the last 4 years have been the hardest, and the person is slowly rebuilding their life. And this is Alexa C. So Alexa C, I'm not seeing the whole question, but God is sending things in your path so that you would recognize what to be grateful for and what is really important in your life now. So as we move you in the direction of 2023, Alexa, in South Carolina, we want you to know that when we get broken down, it's a reason so that we can rediscover our true purpose, our true meaning. And this is going to be a great awakening. And by the month of March of 2023, Alexa, in South Carolina, you've got some great shifts coming that are going to build you up financially and emotionally. Thank you so much. We're going to take a minute to hear from our sponsors, and then when we come back, we're going to Facebook, YouTube, and our phone lines at 888-565-1470. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
People have lost their way. It's just not easy to be who we want to be. 'Cause the world is changing now. We can't walk the way we did. We don't know the path. We have to listen to our heart. The ways that worked before, they don't work anymore. We have lost our love for everyone we have heard.
Stay tuned for more Spiritually Speaking with Sarah coming up right after the break. Continue the conversation with Sarah Spiritual on Facebook, YouTube, and Periscope. Phone lines are open at 1-888-565-1470. That's 1-888-565-1470.
The opinions expressed on the preceding sponsored program were strictly those of its host, guests, and callers, and not necessarily those of this station, its staff, management, or sponsors.
cried before when I didn't know where I was. There are so many ways that I could live. There are so many things that I could give. But raindrops, they make me feel like time has the power to heal. So raindrops upon my face feel real. There are so many people I believe come before us so we can live, so we can grieve. Oh, raindrops upon my
This show is
face.
furnished by Sarah Spiritual.
The content, information, and opinions expressed during the related show are those of the show personalities and guest alone, and not those of Vic Canellis Media Group, its parent, affiliates, or stations. VCMG Live is not responsible for any content, information, or opinions expressed. User bears full responsibility for their reliance on such content, information, or opinions.
Welcome back to the second hour of Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, as we continue our uplifting and empowering spiritual discussions and to transform your life. A gifted spiritual advisor, coach, and medium, Sarah Spiritual will assist you to connect the light within and transcend beyond the limits of all possible experience and knowledge. We have another hour to listen and call in. 888-565-1470. 888-565-1470. And watch Sarah Spiritual live on Facebook and YouTube, and you can share the love and light.
The world is changing now, and we don't know where to go. The world is different now, and people have lost their way. It's just not easy to be who we want to be, 'cause the world is changing now. We can't walk the way we did. We don't know the path. We have to listen to our heart. The ways that worked before, they don't work anymore. We have lost our love for everyone. We have hurt each other.
Yes, indeed, we have hurt each other, but we are on the path to return to love in 2023. It's been a crazy ride, 2022. Heck, it's been a crazy quite a few years, but we are all centered in the energy of change, and this is a time of change and creating new beginnings. And what better time to stand in gratitude and envision the desired outcomes and envision the world a better place filled with love, light, and peace. I know it sounds maybe too good to be true, but it starts with you. If you have peace in your heart, if you have gratitude in your heart, if you have love in your heart, then you emanate out love, peace, gratitude, and you are responsible for shifting the world. If you are in your doubt and your negativity and your uncomfortability and your judgment and your complaining and worrying about what everybody else is up to, then how can you possibly be sending out this energy of love? You could say your prayer in the morning, but if the rest of the day you are focusing on everything that's not working, everything that is negative, everything that has hurt you or disrupted you or what's wrong with people around you, then that's the energy that the bulk of energy is about, that you are submitting out into this universe. So please watch your thoughts, watch your words, think happy thoughts, and don't speak thoughts of hurt, hate, anger, and frustration. And when you feel it, ask yourself deep inside, where is this coming from? Who inside of me, what part of me feels out of sorts, and where is this learned behavior coming from? And let's break the change, let's break the patterns, because once you break those chains, everything changes for you. We're going to go back to our phone lines, 888-565-1470. I am committed to helping all of you transform your life. And if you want to know how Sarah Spiritual makes some death by chocolate, you definitely want to hang in there with us to the 8 o'clock, because we've got our gratitude prayer and we've got this power of death by chocolate. I just got to share with all of you. Perhaps you might be whipping it up. We've got a caller in Virginia. I've got Lisa on the line. Lisa, how are you?
I'm good. How you doing, Sarah?
I'm doing well, Lisa. Good to connect with you. Lisa, as I look in the energy around you, I really feel that you are really ready for things to shift in a positive direction and to really kind of claim what's meant to be yours and to create these powerful changes that create love and financial freedom for yourself. Are you working on shifting some things in your finances at this time?
Yes, ma'am. I am.
Good time to do that. It is a powerful time to do that. And it's really this fabulous opportunity for you to really, I hear this song in my head, I am woman, hear me roar in numbers too big to ignore. It is time for you to roar, honey. And you deserve to get paid what you're worth. You deserve to show yourself in the marketplace. And I really feel that there's an opportunity to grow, shift, change in this 2023 that kind of placed me in April. I don't know if there's a promotion or something that feels like a promotion. It may be out of where you are. Are you looking for a new position, a higher level in the months to come?
Actually, in terms of my work, I have been handed over several responsibilities that right now I'm embracing, and I have been manifesting a promotion, yes.
Okay. Well, hark, I see a promotion. So it's coming.
Oh, wonderful.
So hold the vision, prove yourself, hold the healthy boundaries, though, as well, because I feel in your industry, you may be kind of the person who is unique. I feel like you're doing a job that maybe is more male-dominated. Is that true?
That's very true.
Okay. So I feel like you need to show yourself, but also keep your healthy boundaries, because you have nothing to prove. You are just as capable as the rest of them. All right?
Wonderful.
Yes.
I'm happy to hear that.
Yes. Lisa, is this your first time calling?
No, actually, this is my second time.
Well, thank you. And what is your question for us tonight?
Okay, the question that I have for tonight, I've had several transitions that have happened in my life. And currently, a few months ago, I had to evict a tenant in one of my homes.
Yes.
But with that situation, the the unit, the house wasn't actually cash flowing, so it meant that when they missed the payment, that put me behind.
Correct.
But in this particular situation, they've put me behind by several months. I've tried to catch up and play all sorts of,
games. Yeah.
Yes, and right now I'm in a very
precarious position. I see it.
Correct.
You are. It's like your house is on a cliff and is about ready to fall. Well, first of all, may
Correct.
I have the house number, not the address, the house number?
1128.
Okay. So blessed by the ascended masters, the master teachers, Lord Buddha, Master Jesus, all Mother Mary, all the ones who have gone before me. Okay. It is a way for you to speak this into existence. I do feel that you can work out something where you pay over the next, makes me feel like 3 to 6 months to get yourself caught up. Now, if someone on the phone says no, then you didn't talk to the right person, and you go, okay, thanks for your help. And then the next day you pray, and then you call again, and because when you hang up that phone, that is not the person Sarah Spiritual wanted me to talk to. So
Correct.
we're going to call again. And
Correct.
someone's going to find a way, a loophole to work for you. Is the person is now evicted and we are ready to rent again?
So because they have put me behind, I have had some financial constraints.
Right.
Because not only that this particular situation has set me back,
yes,
my ex's bills have come into play, and now my payments are being garnished.
Okay. Yes. And when your ex was your ex, was it a divorce decree?
No, we
Okay.
just had
Joint
had
bills.
children. Yeah.
Okay. So, so there are things that you can do on the side to make up for this. You need to get creative. You need to think outside the box. All is not lost. It was crazy. I heard in my head, she works hard for the money. I'm like, oh, good Lord.
I actually feel that way.
I know. You're working so hard and your money is like flying out. You're flying out. And was your name on the debt as well?
Yes. So
Okay.
the house is under my name, but
Right.
he's on the deed. So right now I can't sell it because I'm waiting on him to complete a quit deed claim.
Yes.
Which he's stalling.
Okay. So do you have a pen and paper? I'm going to give you something to do.
Yes.
Okay.
I do. Funny enough, I have a writing pad right next to me.
Well,
Oh,
when one talks to Sarah Spiritual, one always needs a paper and a pen. Are you ready? I want you to pray from the book of Psalms. I want you to pray Psalm 32, Psalm 34. I want you to pray Psalm 13, 27, Psalm 28, 57, and 65. You're going to do that before you. 57 and 65. Yes, you're going to pray that before you connect to the people regarding any payments for the mortgage.
Okay.
And you're going to pray that you can buy yourself some more time on that. And since you're so creative and you're so resourceful, what can you do on the side for someone who could be like a client of yours that you could do some work for and do a project for someone so that you can get paid up front for some work that you could do for someone? That's what I want you to sit and daydream as to what that could be. And then I want you to put yourself out there and promote yourself to do that.
Okay. Now, this is just a little twist, Sarah.
There's always a little twist.
I wanted to check, do you see me actually turning this around and just owning it, because I've had it as a rental. Do you see in my...
I do feel that that's possible. That's why I'm giving you the guidance to do all this.
Wonderful, because that's what I've been praying for.
That's what you're praying for, and God answers prayers. Unless it's not in your best interest, then we will flip it and sell it, and we'll do what we have to do, okay?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
But there is, my guides are like, where there's a will, there's a way, right?
Yes,
so if you want to put the motion in the energy in that direction, then that's what you focus on. And you do not waver. I say this to you and everyone who's manifesting something that perhaps where they are is a place of uncomfortability. Maybe we're a little fearful, a little doubtful, don't know if it's going to work. We just got to know where there's a will, there's a way, right? Where God's light is, everything aligns perfectly in divine time, and we have to trust the process. I have known people who are like on the cusp of just losing their house and crazy things happening, all sorts of stories, and then poop, it turned completely around, and everyone's going, how did that happen? And I said, God's how that happened.
Oh, wonderful.
All right.
Yes.
So I want you to trust this experience.
I do trust it, because I saw it in my dreams that everything turned out for my highest good. Yes. And that's what has given me so much hope, despite whatever chaos that is going on in my life.
Yes. You know, I hear that song in my head, you raise me up so I can stand on mountains.
I listened to that last week.
Yeah, I hear that song all around you. You raise me up. So just really hold that energy and let God raise you up. Lisa, on this eve of Thanksgiving in 2022, what are you most grateful for?
Oh, my goodness, everything. Just my existence. For you, just giving me this message just gives me so much joy. You've just made me you've renewed my faith. I know I have very strong faith, and this has just renewed my faith. And I'm most grateful for my family, my children, who just give me amazing support, and they're my cheerleaders.
Yes.
And despite the fact that, yes, I have let go of their dad, I do pray for him to just find peace within himself.
Yes, and send him love, and ask Archangel Michael to use his sword to cut the cords that bind you to the discord. And because, you know, he kind of wants everything to fall apart, so he can be like, I told you so. That's part of his personality. So we ask the universe and Archangel Michael to free you from this entrapment, right? These chains, this bondage that you're in, and just allow you to move towards the direction of freedom. All right. Thank you so much, Lisa, for calling in. Keep us posted. We'll send the angels to be with you, and we'll put in a prayer. Be diligent. Don't give up, and just trust everything happens for a reason. All right, my dear. Thank you. Bye for now. God bless you. Bye. And from Virginia, I've got to keep it moving here at 888-565-1470 on Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, answering your questions. And to my friends on Facebook, we answered some questions in print, so please check your Facebook messages, and we'll be going back to Facebook and YouTube in just a moment. But for this moment, we've got to go to Bradenton, and I've got Jessica on the line. Jessica, how are you?
Hi, Sarah. How are you?
I'm doing well. Good to connect with you on this eve of Thanksgiving.
Yes. Happy Thanksgiving Eve to you and your family.
Thank you. So think, how big can you go, Miss Jessica, as we close out 2022 into 2023? It is your time. It is your time of expansion and growth. And it's also a really important time for you to really listen to your heart. I hear that song in my head, listen to your heart, 'cause it's calling for you. I hear that, right? I hear it. Your heart is trying to tell you exactly what to do, so you're not in this energy of uncertainty. What is your question for me tonight?
My question for you is, what is coming up next for me? Because I don't know. I just feel like sometimes, like you just mentioned, there's uncertainty, especially when it comes to my career and
Right.
my love life. I recently just, met someone who I think there's opportunity there, but I'm not sure. And with me expanding in this journey of mine, and I just want to make sure that I'm going to be okay and that I have the strength and the wisdom to, move on to the next step when it comes to my career and love.
Yes, and you will. You absolutely will. And let me also put to you that there's a possibility. Is there an idea, a thought that we may move in 2023?
Not sure. I mean,
okay.
I've thought about it like maybe several months ago. One of the reasons why I moved to Bradenton, I want to thank you. It's because of you that I made this move for this opportunity for work. But I don't know. I just feel like there's just something that's missing, and the current energy with work.
There's a lot going on there. Yes, but that's a stepping stone. Okay, so remember, we have to get you to the destination to put you in line with what's coming next, right? If I hadn't moved to Florida, I would never have lined up with this opportunity that I have to help all of you, right? I would have been on a different trajectory. So we had to get you there. And if nothing else, you may not leave Bradenton, but you may live in a different spot, okay? So there's a move that can come for you towards the fall, September, October, August, somewhere in that energy time. That's what it feels like, so that may be a move for you. What is the birthday of the person that you met, please?
I don't particularly know his birthday. I know I'm horrible, but I know he's a Gemini, and he's 10 years older than me, and he works with me. And I know it's a little touche gray area, like you shouldn't, fraternize with your colleague like that. But
Absolutely.
There's just something there. I don't know.
There is a connection.
If I'm wasting my time, let me know. Like I would just move on. But I don't know.
I do feel a connection. I feel there's a draw, a fascination, a connection that kind of tunes you guys into each other on a level of there's a intelligence, there's a bantering back and forth, there's stuff that you haven't really been able to quite have with other people, so that kind of creates that pull for you. So when I look at this, of course, you've got to spend time getting to know him, and you can get to know him as a friend before we even decide if we're fraternizing, right? So there's nothing wrong with that. And work just seems a little dog-eat-dog, and I kind of feel like there's someone two-faced in the circle that you kind of have to watch. I feel like you're threatening people by your authenticity and your work ethic and your dedication. And some people are just kind of there to just take up space, breathe, and take a paycheck home and do bare minimum. Yeah,
I have a feeling it's dealing with my boss. She's a Pisces, and I don't know. There's just a lot of things that are happening, and I've heard through the grapevine. And I don't wish ill or want anyone to lose their job, but I have a feeling that's what corporate wants to do, and I have a feeling that they might offer me the position, but it's just like, even if I'm offered the position, is it something that's smart for me to take?
Right. I understand. It is an opportunity for you, so allow things to unfold. You'll know exactly the right thing to do. And Jessica, you have so many new things coming up. You would be a perfect person for me to say, hey, let's do that 2023 New Year's forecast. Let's delve into specificity about career, love, the changes that are coming for you, the messages from the angels, things about travel, everything that comes for you in 2023. Let's delve into that. That'll help you best strategize. I don't see her leaving just yet. That would be something that would maybe happen around the time of March, April. So if they decide to go that way, they would kind of, after this first quarter begins, that's when they're going to make a shift. So that will give you time to evaluate, and now you've landed. So now from this position, be it her position or another position elsewhere, look at the skill set, look at the job that you do, and see how is it transferable, translatable to another company, and what would make me feel happy. We never know what we're stepping into. That's why I want you to find your happiness and peace in this experience, so the next one is not a mirror image that we missed, and now we're in another hornet's nest that we didn't expect, right?
Right. And you're so right about that. So corporate is coming Monday. It's a surprise visit. No one knows except me.
Right.
How will that go?
That's going to be interesting. So it is going to be a surprise, and I really feel that things are not quite up to the protocol of the place. It's not, everything's not the way it's supposed to be, and so they're gonna call that out. That's of course a reflection on your boss, and the things that fall under your job description are in place. You see, so the things that she's overseeing are not. So they're going to look at how things are set up. They're going to look at all different things. Okay.
Right.
And you just do your best, and you just let the rest is going to fall on her. And even if she tries to spin it back on you, they already know what job you're doing.
Exactly. And I just want them to understand that. And I'm hoping that I can articulate that, or if they've seen that from start, you know, with this whole surprise visit, if they can kind of read between the lines, because I'm just like, well, I don't want to be thrown under the bus with things that has nothing to do with me.
Right.
And, you know,
But then you do your rebuttal in the most appropriate way, following your policies and procedures, and you say, hey, my job description has been this, and that was not under my jurisdiction, my responsibility. That wasn't one of my duties. And I've been made accountable for this. This is my work list of what I have to accomplish. This is what I do daily, and this is what so-and-so does.
Okay.
And you have a paper trail for everything.
Yeah, I try to. Yes. I definitely try to. It's just been crazy with us being short-staffed. And
I understand.
You know, I feel like there's a lot on my shoulders, and I'm like, this isn't my responsibility, but I take it on anyway, because I'm just like, well, maybe it's, you know, I'm learning. But then again, it's just like, it's kind of unfair because I shouldn't have to deal with some of the stuff that I'm dealing with.
They would not have trusted you with knowing a surprise visit was coming if they didn't think you were doing your part and they wanted to catch someone else not doing theirs. So trust the process. Miss Jessica, before we go, what are you grateful for?
I am grateful for my life. I'm grateful for where I am today. I've gone through a lot, and I'm just grateful to, you know, be here and have a shelter, have a roof over my head, to have a car, to have a job, to have food in my fridge. I'm very grateful. And for the people that aren't, I hope that I can come across them to assist them. So I'm just grateful for life, for God, and for my ancestors.
Absolutely, because they paved the way, and
Absolutely.
We're here to do it even better. Thank you, my darling. God bless you. Happy Thanksgiving. We'll speak again soon. All right.
Likewise.
Bye for now.
Thank you.
Bye. 888-565-1470. We're going to take a minute to hear from our sponsors, and then when we come back, we're going to be talking to our friend Stacy Holler once we get her on the phone. So stay with us, everyone. We'll be right back.
Do you know me? Do I know you? Have we met before? I've been standing in the room before I walk through the door. Do you know me? Have you heard me? Have you seen me? Do you know my voice? Did you call me with your soul? Because you know that you know me.
Stay tuned for more Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, coming up right after the break. Continue the conversation with Sarah Spiritual on Facebook and YouTube. The phone lines are open too. 888-565-1470. That's toll free. 888-565-1470.
Come visit the Expedito Enlightenment Center for an extensive array of spiritual products, crystals, books, classes, readings, and healing services in a beautiful spiritual oasis. You must visit the Expedito Enlightenment Center in West Palm Beach. Come feel the energy and explore our unique products. Arrange for your own personal spiritual reading with Sarah Spiritual for spiritual insight. The Expedito Enlightenment Center is located at 4047 Okeechobee Boulevard, Suite 129 in West Palm Beach. Call 561-682-0955. Visit online at expeditoenlightenmentcenter.com. That's EXPEDITO enlightenmentcenter.com for yourself. Or for a thoughtful gift, there's no better place to visit than the Expedito Enlightenment Center in West Palm Beach. Call 561-682-0955 or visit online at expeditoenlightenmentcenter.com. We've got a feeling you'll want to listen to Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, Wednesday nights from 6 to 8 p.m. for insightful, intuitive messages. Sarah Spiritual is a spiritual advisor and transformational coach who will assist you. Join Sarah Spiritual for a powerful 2 hours of life's questions and Spirit's answers. I've got a feeling you'll love Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, 6 to 8 p.m. Wednesday. Got the feeling? Just call 888-565-1470.
You're listening to Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, your spiritual advisor and medium. Connect with Sarah Spiritual and be in the energy of light. Call right now, Sarah Spiritual at 888-565-1470. Toll free, 888-565-1470. Just ask your questions or message Sarah Spiritual live on Facebook and YouTube.
And we are back here live on VCMG, and we are answering your questions on Spiritually Speaking with Sarah at 888-565-1470. And we're answering your questions on our Facebook and our YouTube as well. And we're going to talk to Stacy Holler, our resident astrologer from destinyinthestars.com. And Stacy, we really want to hear your input on gratitude, the meaning of gratitude, and what are you grateful for tonight?
Well, Sarah, I was so looking forward to talking with you about this tonight because I had quite a lesson in learning gratitude myself this year.
Yes.
And it really changed my perspective on things. So I'm happy to share that with you.
Thank you.
So some of you may have known that several months ago, over the summer, I had an issue with my back, as unfortunately so many of us have. And there were a few weeks that I was really out of commission. And it was really the first time that I was not able to do very much for myself. So it was a very uncomfortable place for me to be in. And one of my neighbors had found out that I was having this situation. And before I knew it, Sarah, over the next several days, I've had neighbors that I really had not had a lot of interaction with in the past come and knock on my door, come and bring me food, come and help me do everything I needed. And I was very overwhelmed, but it was hard for me to accept it because I had never been in a situation where I had to be the one that needed that assistance. And it was very uncomfortable for me because I'm much happier helping people.
Right.
And I didn't really understand that on top of my pain and not being able to do anything, I was in this uncomfortable place. Until I had the realization, Sarah, about how fortunate and lucky I was. And once my ego got out of the way and I was really able to accept this love that I did not know I had from all these people in my building, it put me in such a state of gratitude, Sarah, like I really had not felt it that impactful before.
And it's very eye-opening when we are used to doing for others, and then you find that you're not able to receive. And being grateful also has to allow you to have the universe flow back into you as you release. And so that was a really important lesson. And yes, you were very fortunate. Not everyone has neighbors that would do that. Not many people know everyone. And you knew them in passing, but you had made enough of an impression on them in just your kind ways of being who you are that they felt this wonderful energy of love to be able to share with you. And think where the world would be, Stacy, if all of us had that sense of looking out for each other and really standing by one another and being supportive, even if we are not family or best friends. It's important that we look out for mankind because we are all in this together.
And Sarah, it's catching, because what happened too is some of my neighbors did not know each other, and they met helping me and were so overwhelmed that they were meeting others and everybody was pitching in. It fills me with a gratitude, and as you said earlier, it makes you feel closer to God.
Yes.
And to really understand true love in the world. And it was something that I will hold on to and really translate into feeling gratitude for other areas of our life. And I guess what I'm saying is we need to feel gratitude and stop and think for the things we don't even notice every day that we are getting as blessings from the universe.
Absolutely. And if I recall, your neighbors even pitched in and walking your dog Izzy, because Izzy had to go out. You couldn't move, but the dog had to move. So that was so lovely of them to show up and make sure that your dog was all right.
It was quite an experience in also me being able to accept it and feeling such gratitude. And it definitely changed the way I was experiencing the whole situation with my health at the time.
Yes, yes. Well, we're glad you're on the mend. We know you still have a few tricks up your sleeve to be 100%. So with that, we know, and I know it's still a bit of a journey, but we're so grateful that your neighbors pitched in. Well, it's a long way to Boston, so I couldn't have helped you, but, you know, we were always sending you positive energy. Now, Stacy, I know that we have a new year beginning, and I know it's a perfect time for people to buy a gift card or by themselves an astrology session. Tell everyone where they can go to learn more about how they could book an astrology session with you and the type of sessions that you offer, and how maybe they could pass this on as a gift to someone else so that they could take a look at their chart and truly see where destiny and the stars may be for them.
Oh, well, thank you, Sarah. Yes, destinyinthestars.com. And I will explore with you, should you like to look at your natal chart and your journey. There are several different types of sessions that we could schedule, but it's important to know your journey and your natal chart. And then many folks like to come every year around their birthday and see what's in the stars for your coming year, your birth year, which is your true new year. So at destinyinthestars.com, you can purchase a gift certificate for yourself as well. Or contact me directly, and we could see what next year looks like as well for you. And Sarah, I do want to say I'm very thankful for the time that you give all of us and your sharing of your blessings with us. And I know I speak for your whole audience and tribe here that we're grateful for you and what you do for us weekly here on Wednesdays. So we're grateful for you too, Sarah.
Thank you so much. I greatly appreciate that, and we're grateful for your support and your friendship. And did you hear the news, Stacy? We are shifting here. We're going to start a little later at 6:30, starting in December, but we gained some more time. So we're going to be going from 6:30 to 9 p.m. starting December 7th. You might want to look that up in my chart and let me know how that's going to go. But we're very excited to make this shift and change and expand to 3 more stations that will be broadcasting on 6 stations altogether. And we're grateful that you're going to be a part of that transformation as well, Stacy.
It's on my calendar. I can't wait.
All right, Stacy, thank you so much. God bless you. I am grateful for you, the insight that you have shared, your friendship over the years. quite an interesting story how you wandered into the center and look at where we all are now. So we are grateful to have you here and be a part of this journey and assisting others, mankind all across the nation. And because of Facebook and YouTube and all our followers outside the country, all across the world, you're an integral part of mankind's transformation. So we appreciate you as well. All right, Stacy, have a happy Thanksgiving. God bless you. Give my best to your family. And we will speak again.
Thank you, and same to all of you, everyone.
All
Thank
right.
you, Sarah.
You're welcome. Bye. 888-565-1470. And I've got to go to Marie. Marie is in Fort Lauderdale. Marie, how are you tonight?
I'm good. Thank you, Sarah. I just wanted to thank you for being so kind and helping people the way you do. I appreciate it.
Oh, it's my pleasure. I love what I do. I love connecting with people. And I just love that we can all navigate these bumps and hear stories such as Stacy's and know that there are people that can come to our assistance when needed. And for me, I always believe if it were not for the kindness of strangers, I don't know where I would be today. So my goal is always to be that kind stranger to someone else. Marie, what is your question for us tonight?
Well, I wanted to know about my work, basically. I'm in the process of searching for something, and I just wanted to know when it will happen for me.
All right. So here's the interesting story that we're on now. So when I spin you, and I am spinning you, I feel like when I go back 2021, this was a bit of a shift for you for work. Is that true?
I think so, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Was that when we were leaving a job or something else was happening with work?
Yes.
Okay. And my guides make me feel like you haven't really been whole, complete, on track since 2021. So it's been a little shaky for you. Is that true?
Yes.
Okay. When I take you into this 2023 time, I do feel new work, new opportunity coming for you. And it is actually meant to be an up-leveling year. By up-leveling, I mean we'll have a better role, better opportunity for ourselves. And is there a business idea that you're also entertaining as well, Marie?
No.
Okay. Some type of business idea may come to you. Don't poo-poo it, okay? I know we're looking for a job and I see a job, but I also feel some like business idea may come to you. Might be something that will be good for you to do on the side, something that will kind of give you some enthusiasm and something that you can call your own baby. When I see you looking for work, I see 3 opportunities coming to you and 3 possible interviews that are in the mix. Are we in a roll of interviews at this time, please?
Yes.
Okay. And
yes.
They're giving me the number 3. Are we coming up on a 3rd interview, or are there 3 companies we've been going back and forth with? What is that, please?
I had 3. I met with 3 different people.
Okay.
For one company, and then I'm scheduled for a different interview for a different company.
Okay. So there's an interview that's going to be a good, complete interview. Did we hear back from the company where we met with 3 people, please?
No.
Okay. That might still be in play. So just keep all of your options open because they're giving me that number 3 and it seems significant in the story. But I do feel that coming into the new year, I really want to place it. I'm like, I really want to place it around January 20th. That I feel like you're settled. So whatever the journey is going to be between now and January 20th, we know we lose a little time because of the holiday, but I feel like you're in place in January. All right?
Okay. Any indication about what kind of what the position is, or what the?
Well, you're interviewing for something that's in your wheelhouse, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So it's up to you what job you take. And here's the thought along this energy. You've worked before in other places, and you know the jobs that you've done, and you know what you've enjoyed and what you haven't enjoyed. I want you to focus on what the ideal position would be for you in your wheelhouse. And were you someone that dealt with a lot of people and administrative items, please?
You could say that.
I just feel like there's just a lot of back and forth, and you have a lot of, nothing stays the same. It's always something different for coming at you. So whatever that is, this is how I see, because I want you to stay on top of the flow, and I want you to see yourself receiving a new opportunity that's close to what you've done before, but has a fresh feel to it. And you're really good at multitasking and really handling a lot of different projects. And people count on you, and you're the go-to girl in any organization you're a part of.
Okay.
Write down you're welcome. Write down the ideal job that would be the perfect role for you, and I want you to write it down. And then after you write it, I want you to say, I am the woman who, and then read the job description, is in place doing this job by this time, and just hold that as your mantra daily, and you will magnetize it to you expeditiously.
Okay.
All right, my dear. Thank you so much for calling. God bless you, and happy Thanksgiving.
Thank you.
You're
Happy
welcome.
Thanksgiving.
All right. Bye for now. Bye.
Bye.
888-565-1470. We're going to take a brief minute to hear from our sponsors, and then we'll be right back.
Stay tuned for more Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, coming up right after the break. Continue the conversation with Sarah Spiritual on Facebook and YouTube. The phone lines are open too. 888-565-1470. That's toll free. 888-565-1470.
Hi, I'm Sarah Spiritual, the founder of the Expedito Enlightenment Center. I would love for you to visit me at my spiritual oasis located at 4047 Okeechobee Boulevard in the Tree of Life Plaza in West Palm Beach. Come, feel the energy, sample my spiritual sprays and oils, participate in one of my spiritual development classes, and have a personal reading with me, Sarah Spiritual. Let's see what Spirit has to say. You can call the Expedito Enlightenment Center at 561-682-0955. Not local? Visit me, Sarah Spiritual, at sarahspiritual.com for products, classes, and to book your personal session.
Sarah Spiritual is a gifted spiritual advisor and medium. She can connect you with your loved ones, your spirit guides, and ascended beings. Sarah specializes in love, relationships, money, career, health, and healing. She has an uncanny ability to convey the true thoughts and emotions of those around you. Just call 561-682-0956 for your personal reading. Life is a spiritual journey, and each situation has a spiritual solution. Just contact Sarah for a personal reading today. 561-682-0956. 561-682-0956. Or visit sarahspiritual.com. Or that number one more time, 561-682-0956. Let Sarah Spiritual and Spirit raise you up. You're listening to Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, your spiritual advisor and medium. Connect with Sarah Spiritual and be in the energy of light. Call right now, Sarah Spiritual at 888-565-1470. Toll free, 888-565-1470. Just ask your questions or message Sarah Spiritual live on Facebook and YouTube.
Do you know me? I am Sarah Spiritual, and we are spiritually speaking with all of you. I've got to grab a call in Del Rey. I've got Linda on the line. Linda, how are you tonight?
Hi, can you hear me okay?
I hear you perfectly, Linda. Good to have you with us.
Oh, thank you. It's great to be here. By the way, you and I have something in common. I'm from very, very, very northern New Jersey.
Ah, yes. What part of northern New Jersey?
Ringwood.
Well, I do know Ringwood. My grandparents had a house in West Milford, New Jersey, and
Yeah.
we would go to Ringwood Lake, so I know exactly where you are. So,
Yeah.
So, Linda,
So
what
about,
is your question for me?
Well, about 4 years ago, I actually moved out of New Jersey. It was a huge move and moved to Florida, so Florida to Del Rey. And it is certainly paradise down here. It's beautiful.
Yes.
It was a bit of a tumultuous transition down here. I really feel like I got tumbled around a lot, had a couple of breakups. Anyway, aside from the fact that it's a wonderful place, I'm finding that it's just kind of strange for me because I was a tremendous manifester of all sorts of things when I was up in New Jersey. And now I'm in Florida, and my life has changed so much.
Yes.
I don't feel like I'm really like accomplishing anything, and I feel like I'm a bit adrift.
Right.
When it comes to finding direction. I find something over the past year and a half to be really uncanny. I see 111 and 1111 all the time. So I take it that means, from what I've looked up, that I have angels around me. But I kind of feel like I'm not manifesting, and I'm just wondering, like, am I meant to be here?
And that's a really great question. So there actually is something to people not being meant to be in a place. There's like a geographical astrology that people do to help you understand where some of the best places would be for your energy. And there's a density, and having moved here in 2004, I've done my share of picking through the muck. But
2018.
So for me, 2004, I've had all these years to tell you that there's a density here that is different than up north. And this energy is so intense that until you get in the rhythm, you're just not in your rhythm yet. And when I move you into the 2023 and I take you to the month of 7 and they take me to July, I really feel things start to move for you in a better way. There's a lot of power and purpose that comes for you. We're getting ready to close out a chapter. We're actually going to be closing out a chapter that is tied to 2014 into 15. So whatever you were going through then, we're closing out all that energy.
That was a really rough time.
Okay. All right. So my guides take me there and they're like, okay, if we get her out of 2003, we're good. Okay. So that's the energy that we're creating. And should you belong here? It's a really an in-depth question, and I would love, Linda, to have an opportunity to have a personal session with you. If it's not in person, we can do it via a video. You can go to my website. It would benefit you because there's a couple of different pieces that are coming into play. You also had a lot of karmic entanglements when you first came here, and you've been clearing out a lot of energy. I really feel that the reason why Florida can be dense for people is that we've got a lot of energy, like I call it spiritual sludge, we need to clear out. And you've been clearing out that spiritual sludge. For this minute, we have to pop off because we're getting ready to end the show. I do hope you stay in touch with us and we can continue this journey and conversation in the future, either on a call here or a personal session.
Wonderful.
All right. Thank you so much. Bye for now.
Okay.
Bye.
Have a nice Thanksgiving.
You too. Happy Thanksgiving. Well, everyone, we are truly grateful for all of you. And, oh, my goodness, 655 shows or 65 shows, something like that, and 659. And we are so glad to be here, 13 years of sharing with you. And it's traditional that we read you this prayer. We didn't have time to give you the recipe, but we'll get that to you in time for Christmas. But let's talk about the gratitude prayer. I am grateful for every moment on this earth. I'm grateful for the people I have in my life and those who are no longer in my circle. I am grateful for every laugh, every smile, every accomplishment, and every loss. I embrace the challenges with ease and grace, and they define my character. My disappointments, my pain, and even my tears, they represent my growth. I am grateful for my family, my colleagues, and even my enemies, for they are a blessing and lessons, and I am awe with the grateful, vast universe of this world. I am truly amazed by the sunrise and the horizon, the wave that crashes upon the ocean, and a butterfly that flies. I stand in amazement of all that is, rather than what is not. There is no reason to mourn, and I do not have any sorrow, for I can be found being grateful in the simple moments. I pray for simplicity of life, purity, heart, and I stand in grateful anticipation for abundance, love, and goodness. I thank you. I thank you all for listening every week. Join us next Wednesday for our 6 to 8 p.m. show, and then the following week, well, we've got some special changes. Stay with us, everyone. We'll see you. Happy Thanksgiving. God bless. Stay well and safe. We'll catch you next Wednesday. And I am Sarah Spiritual.
They don't work anymore. We have lost our love for everyone. We have hurt each other. The world is.
This has been Spiritually Speaking with Sarah. You can hear and speak with Sarah Spiritual every Wednesday from 6 to 8 p.m. Each week, Sarah Spiritual and Spirit answers your most important questions as you navigate through life. Listen and call in next week and let Sarah Spiritual and Spirit guide you. If you didn't have a chance to speak with Sarah Spiritual tonight, visit Sarah at sarahspiritual.com. You can message Sarah Spiritual at Facebook and follow her on Instagram. Tune in every Wednesday from 6 to 8 p.m. with more from Spiritually Speaking with Sarah.
The opinions expressed on the preceding sponsored program were strictly